this video, find out how to streamline your invoicing process in purchasing. Let's say you have different subcontracts with the same vendor, each with several lines. And the vendor submits a payment request with a single bill for work performed on these subcontracts. How can you convert the lines from different orders and combine them into a single invoice in purchasing? Let's find out. We'll explain how to configure purchasing, what the required permissions are, and how the process works for converting multiple source documents into a single purchasing transaction. Although the example in this video involves converting orders into an invoice, this process applies to other purchasing conversion workflows, such as converting quotes into an order document, or orders into a shipping document. In purchasing configuration, enable the setting that allows conversions for multiple source documents. This checkbox is in the Enable functionality section. This feature is included with the construction subscription. Users need permissions to purchasing transactions for list, view, and add. This is available to user types of business, project manager, and warehouse. There are some other requirements that you should be aware of. For any source document being converted, their transaction definition must be listed as can be created from on the target document's transaction definition. Lastly, in order to combine different documents into the same transaction, the documents being converted must have these attributes. They have the same vendor and use the same transaction currency. Here is the scenario for this demonstration. There are two subcontracts for Kingston Plumbing, each for a different project. Each subcontract has a line for plumbing, 15,400, and a line for HVAC, 15,500. They've sent you a bill for plumbing. Now you want to convert only the lines for plumbing from both subcontracts and include them on one invoice. Let's see how to do this in Sage Intacct. Here are the two subcontracts in purchasing. You can use the link to convert. Or, if the invoice transaction definitions create policy, is new document, or convert, you can create the invoice and select the order documents to convert. In this demonstration, we'll start by converting one of the orders into an invoice and go from there. This is the invoice document for Kingston Plumbing. In this demo company, the vendor document number is required. Let's view the invoice entries. The conversion process copies the lines from the source order to the invoice. In this demo company, purchasing is configured to pre-fill the line's quantity and price as 0 during conversions. The vendor is billing $10,000 for plumbing. HVAC is not part of the invoice, so this line can be deleted. On the next line, use the source document ID and source document line ID columns to specify the lines from other orders to convert for this invoice. Select Find to show more information for your search. If there are a lot of subcontracts for this vendor, make sure to take advantage of the filters at the top to narrow down your search. Select an order from the list. Then use the source document line ID to select a line from the order to convert and include on this invoice. There is yet another way to select other orders to convert for this invoice. Scroll to the top of this page and use the link for Convert from an existing transaction. Since we had converted from subcontract number 32 into this invoice, that order is not shown in this list. The only other subcontract for Kingston Plumbing is number 33. Let's return to the entries section. It's added the 2 lines from subcontract number 33 to this invoice. Since the vendor is not billing for HVAC, that line can be deleted. Plumbing from subcontract 33 is for $12,500. This invoice now contains lines that are converted from 2 different subcontracts. Notice that the lines are for different projects. If that's the case, make sure to remove the project in the invoice header. You can now save the invoice as a draft, or post it, to create an accounts payable bill.